Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning, my lovely people. How we doing?
Hey,
Hey,
hey, hey. Oh,
just
yeah.
what you
Okay,
say?
I said, hey, I forgot the time had so many good hits.
Okay. How about a lot of people thought that 7779311 was Prince?
Yeah.
What they thought? I was like,
They
what
ain't,
y'all
they
know?
ain't true Prince fans. They ain't true fans. They would know that.
Absolutely. Check this out. I would go see Morris Day in the Time.
I heard they give a good show.
I can only imagine.
Mm.
Okay. Who I'm giving it away too. Who was the very first hype man?
Well, it was Flavor Flav, but that's
Really?
Jerome or Flav.
Jerome.
Okay, well let's do the math.
Public Enema.
Right. Wait a minute. You're right.
You got
You're
Public
right.
Enemy.
Because that was the
That was
90s.
after
Right. You're right. It would be Jerome. Yes. Jerome.
Jerome. Dakotas.
Uh-huh.
Dakotas. Look at the comments. Dakotas. Look, I'm like, we get ready rolling the comments already. The Dakotas out.
We like to start stuff here at Shop Tops. They starting already.
Just started already, getting going.
Just start trouble.
And check this out. Let me introduce you to the people because they all up on my back talking about how I don't introduce who is that guy for the people that don't know. So let's give it up for the co-host, Nate the Agitator. He doing his gig, so here you go.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you. I will be here to agitate each and every one of you personally.
Each and every one.
Personally.
Oh, you got your haircut?
Yeah, I had to get fresh for the show. I was looking like Duck Dynasty. You know what I mean?
Okay. But I can't really see it. So is it because of the gray coming in, or you ain't just go with the blackout, that regime stuff that you do?
I got cussed out by people that I didn't even know when I went Beijing. I mean, they was cussing me
You
out
went
like
Beijing?
what? They were cussing me out like we were friends. I'm like, what? Who are you, ma'am? You let it gray and this, that, and other. But dude, I'm scared of it. I mean, people that I didn't know was, paragraphs cussing me
Wait,
out.
was it looking like the magic? Was it looking like a Sharpie? Was it looking like a magic marker?
The comments let me know that I wasn't getting the response that I wanted. So
good answer. Good answer.
Hey, I'm great for the day.
You great for the day? So you
Yeah.
let peer pressure you into rocking your gray.
No, I usually don't care, but if I don't know you and you coming up to me and another thing, I'm like, whoa, Miss Ma'am. Yeah, I was like, okay. And plus, I'm cheap and it costs more. So,
Well, how much is it running these days? How much is it running? Ballpark.
My haircut is $40. Just the haircut now.
Haircuts is $40. They used to be 10.
I know. And it hurts me to do it, but I need it, but it hurts me to do it.
Okay, so if your haircut 40, the blackout is what?
I don't know. I haven't had it in
But when you had it, how much was it?
Well, I was going to Columbus. I had a barber down in Columbus, and I would travel down there just to get cut.
They said, tell it, Nate.
A little over. It was like $60 almost.
$60 for a Sharpie. I could have penciled you in.
Well, you know, they hit your face with this, and then they touch it with this, then they do that. I know the game. I'm like, you ain't cutting nothing right there.
Okay, wait. All right, so we're gonna do that. I got a haircut.
You're looking good, Mel. All natural.
Shout out to Cherie Reddy at Lux Hair Salon. That's the young
girl. Are you ready?
Cherie, she ready.
Oh, she always ready.
Okay.
I gave her that name when she used to copy off of my paper in algebra class back in the 10th grade.
So shout out to Cherie Reddy at Lux Beauty Salon. Don't be late. or it's over. Wait, check this out. They called me to come to work.
Today?
Yeah, you know I work night shift.
Oh.
I said, ma'am, I will not be working anywhere tonight. She said, why? She said, what's wrong? She said, what's wrong, ma'am? I said, I ain't working nowhere tonight. Tonight you set the clocks back. You ain't getting a free hour on me. The only way you get your money is if you work when you set the clocks back and you work when you spring forward to set them forward. If I ain't on the schedule for the forward, your girl ain't showing up. Okay.
Man.
So y'all gonna be short tonight.
Yeah.
And if anybody listen to this show that work with me, they're gonna be even shorter. I'm like, oh, hey. This is a long night. Oh, it's 2:00 again.
Yeah, no. Hey, I tell my boss, I say, hey, I went to Burger King yesterday and I ordered extra pickles. I say, you know what they did? They charged me extra. So extra means extra. So if you ain't paying extra, you ain't getting extra.
The end. There you go. Now, so don't forget, lovely people, it's fall. So you want to fall back at 2 a.m. If you kicking it at the club, just go ahead and turn that clock back. They try to shut it down and say last call, but like, not true. We got another hour to kick it.
That's it.
Or if you like me, who I am the habitual late person. I am habitually late for church on purpose.
Oh, yeah, you want to get past after they pass the plate. That's what I want to mean.
On purpose. But listen, if you don't set that clock back, you're going to accidentally get there on time and be like, what? Girl, they just starting.
Hey, girl. And then I get there and be like, oh, wait, is it first Sunday? Oh, my God. I'm here on the first Sunday. God.
Chameleon.
All day.
Chameleon. I hope you don't go in there with no sweats on. I'm with the.
No.
I'm cool with that.
I'm always in
at least on the first Sunday. Come on now.
First Sunday. I'm at least in a blazer. I'm not going to be, just blatantly my hoodie and my Crocs in sport mode. They'll be in sport mode, but I would do it.
You put a blazer on. Dress it up a little bit.
Little something.
Dress it up. I be sitting there and I go to like different funerals. I know you're probably like, wait, what? I go to different funerals and I see people don't dress up anymore.
Right. They get a t-shirt.
Don't everybody that's listening. Look at me. Give me a roll. Everybody under the sound of my voice.
Wow. Yes.
Don't disrespect me by coming to my service with a t-shirt and say shop talk. Because I ain't gonna be happy about it. I'm gonna need y'all to dress accordingly.
Well, hey, they're gonna have your picture on the t-shirt with the wings and
Man, what's up with the listen, I ain't judging.
But there's things that's culturally accepted. I've never seen Connor's wedding with t-shirts. I mean, his funeral had t-shirts or anything like that.
Did Connor even have a funeral?
Yeah.
Like, because that'd be so fast. You'd be like,
yeah.
I know I'd be late. I'm telling you, I'd be coming up in here late. You'd be like, oh, the service is over. Oh, okay, well, there you go. I'd be like, what about the repass? What repass?
What are you talking about? What's this repass?
Out there, if you would like some coffee, help yourself.
That's it.
I'm trying to be funny. Like I said, I ain't trying to judge or nothing. They be having the wings on the t-shirt and all that other stuff. But y'all already know. Them should have been hot wings on the side. Quit playing.
Ooh.
Quit playing.
Nate was a good dude. Ooh, who made these wings?
Everybody got a t-shirt with some hot wings on the side. Crazy, but for real, I think that people need to be honest. Like when they go and they get 5 minutes or 2 minutes, supposed to be 2 minutes, but end up being 5. Somebody need to keep it 100 and be like, because they be like, oh, that was a good dude, this and that. I went to a funeral about last week or 2 weeks. They kept it 100. I was rolling. That was like the best funeral. They kept it 100. They shared stories, and they in the church. And I can say this on here. The one girl said, "Yeah, he didn't carry nothing." He was like, "I ain't about to carry nothing, but I'll help you." And she said her little son accidentally hit him right in the head. He said he punched her little son and was like, "Look out, nigga!"
Hey,
it was so funny because
a lesson learned.
Him.
Yeah.
It was like this week, so it was a good time. It was a good time, and they kept it 100. So set your clocks back. that's what I got. We got a great show planned for you today. And the title, you know what? Let me go ahead. Let me help y'all out here. With the title. The title, you ready? Drum roll, please. What's the issue? What's the issue? What's the issue? Mel, what could you be talking about?
Yes,
here's
man.
Number 619-902-2287, 619-902-2287. It's going across the bottom. So if you guys would like to text, as you do, feel free to do so. And your girl got you covered. And I'll definitely read your comments, especially if they're good ones. All right. So what's the issue is the topic today. And we're going to talk about that. Did you, public school, right?
Yes.
I too. Shout out to Cheney High School.
Eastside Golden Bears in the house.
Okay.
Nope, nothing else needed. They know who he is. I be educated. I got my diplomat.
I heard that. Did you learn about government? Well, we had to have it as a senior.
Yeah, civics. They tried to teach it. Mr. Gold, I give him some credit. He tried, but we were seniors by then and we knew everything. So a lot of that didn't stick.
Okay, I like that. I like the honesty. We learned about it. I was having a conversation with somebody that went to East. Actually, she said, we didn't learn anything about that. I said, you did. Like, you had to learn about government. I learned about it in 2nd grade. And she was like, well, you went to Cheney. There was no 2nd grade in Cheney. I went to Covington School, which then turned into Martin Luther King Jr. after I was long gone. But I went to Covington Northside.
Right.
We learned about it. 2nd grade. I remember we had a mock election in the 2nd grade.
Wow.
This is how impactful it was. I still remember it.
What the three branches of legislation? Huh?
Yeah. So we learned that, but we had a mock, and I'm trying to, I think it was Reagan, Clark, and somebody. I voted for Clark.
No,
That's why I voted for Clark.
It was Carter.
No, Clark. I know for a fact because I voted for him. I was the only one in there that voted for Clark. See?
Okay.
Yes, I was not persuaded. No peer pressure for me.
That's right.
I don't have to worry about going great. No peer pressure. Peer pressure doesn't work.
2nd grade, not giving an F. You know what I mean?
I knew what I was going to do.
That's right.
And you know why I voted for Clark?
Why?
Because my cousin's last name was Clark. Boom, let's get this show. Let's get this show.
That's good.
Listen, name recognition is something when you don't know who to vote for.
Everything that happens is motivation. Everything that happens is motivation.
What's up, Art?
Surprise, lovely people. Let's see. There we go.
There's another East High alum, class of 90.
Yes, it's amazing. So I need you to unmute your computer there. Is it Mr. Scissum? There we go. Is it Mr. Scissum? Am I saying it right?
You are.
Okay, write it down. Let me give a proper introduction.
Long list of accolades.
It's a long list, yeah. Y'all go ahead and read up on those. But my dude, known him for a minute, so much. Listen, back in 2010, I was on WASC in 1500. A lot of people don't know. This was my person that would fill in for me.
I was. Actually, I was.
1500 WASC.
That's crazy. Yeah.
We did that. He is an assistant principal right now. He actually did what I was talking about in the 2nd grade that I had done. And he is doing for election day. Mm-hmm. Now, was that your civics teacher?
He was our government teacher, American
Okay,
government.
government. Yeah.
Go.
So,
Go.
no, this is dude.
Okay.
We talking about
No,
today.
he's
We ain't
talking about 2 days ago.
centuries
Nate.
ago.
Oh, okay.
Nathan.
Well, I never
Okay.
get
He hit you with the real name. That
Yeah,
assistant
Nathan.
principal. So let's give it up for the guy, Mr. Artemus Scissum, and I said it right.
You did. You did. Good morning. How y'all doing? Y'all look.
Man,
Y'all already on one.
it's a blessing to
Wait
see.
a minute, they ain't settled down. I gotta get the people to settle down. Okay. I came a long way, right, Artemus? I came a long way. Get
Yeah.
sound effects now.
Hey, listen. Oh, go ahead.
You guys, this guy's freaking amazing. We gonna talk about what happened. Me going into this class, it was the government class, so you got to have it as a senior. History, government, I did not like. And I walked in the room, and you said, they gave me the mic. Artemus, why? Like, I just got there.
Hey, listen. Hey, hey, I gave a bunch of people the mic that like the mic, and so listen. That's a good thing. But you all were amazing, and so the purpose of that event itself was to try to really make these connections and giving people in the community access to the kids so that they can understand how important voting is. And, dealing with them every day, they really don't feel like they have a voice. And one of the things that I always try to do is to help them increase that. You have a say in what's going on around here. And it's really one way or another. And I think that kind of what we've kind of gotten a habit of is we make plans for these kids, we plan events, and we do it all, and then we expect them to come, and then we ask them if they had a good time. When listen, what we really need to be doing is making sure that we have them as a part of it, so that they can hear, they can be a part of the decision making, and that's what buy-in is all about. And so, we learn that, and that's what we talk about when we're doing our own personal development in all of our fields. How do we attract people to different things? But then, school, we want school to be just this closed in thing, and we won't get too deep into that, and how that affects them, and schools looking just like hospitals and prisons and all that. We won't even we ain't gonna go there. But just
no, our team is this shop talk. We might touch on it a little bit, but you're right.
Yeah. So that's the big thing. And so bringing the people in the community, people that they're familiar with, that they don't see, you just don't know, Mel, how important. And I didn't send you an official letter or anything, but I really appreciated you coming out. And I really appreciate Tito and the superintendent and Tiffany and everybody that came out, because that sent a message to the kids that's like, wow, or like really, we've never had these people just come in and just chop it up with us and just say, listen, this is important. This is the first step. This is one of the first rights that you pick up as a senior getting ready to go out into society. So it was big for me.
It was good. I enjoyed it. I remember talking to seniors about I speak on being safe and being social, getting ready to get out and go to college. And I felt that energy in there. And you are absolutely right as far as like getting them involved. Because if you grew up in church as I did, we were happy when it was Children's Church Sunday. When we took over the whole program, but we didn't preach, that would have been extreme. But oh no, I might have been like, what? And you have to get them involved to feel like they are a part of. I was at Cheney. I want to say it was 88, 89. I don't remember. Whatever year it was, I was there. And it was the president's wife that came and spoke. And I think it was an ex-president. Who was the Just Say No campaign? Whoever.
That's Nancy Reagan.
That was Reagan.
That's who came. She came. I'm telling you, I promise you I ain't that old. But
yeah.
Listen.
The clues are different.
But
The evidence says otherwise.
Yeah.
that's who came in. And when you named the people that were there, it was so good. It was good because we're all reachable
Mm-hmm.
and we can talk. So I'm sitting in the auditorium just looking up versus like I too can do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let me make a decision. Being a senior, it was being a senior once, as we all have. I was really pleased with the people that you had in the class and how diverse it was. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, if y'all know me, I would have been there because I always was that person, stand up for your rights. I've always been that person.
Mm-hmm.
And your vote counts. But with the browbeating of saying, especially to this generation, you couldn't tell me talking about something, it is your civic duty.
Right.
Don't tell me that. That's the worst thing you could tell me, because that's why I joined the military. I got a problem with people telling me what to do. So when you say it is your civic duty, what? I ain't even got a decision in this. Why is it my civic duty?
Right.
That's why it's important to know
Right.
where you come from and what people before you had to do in order for us to be here today. But some people feel like, oh, I'm not going to vote. That's not important and blah, 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 blah. Please vote. It don't matter who you vote for. And you'll hear me say this on this show often.
Right.
It doesn't matter who you vote for. Just vote.
Yeah. And so Mel, that was kind of the theme. And I don't know if you remember this, but I think one of the most important parts, because there's a very big difference between you having that government book and you just kind of going through who did what, and somebody actually having a ballot in your face, like, okay, this is what it's going to look like when you go into those polls. And when Tito stood up and he said, how many people have met the president? How many people have met the governor? He said, you haven't met all these people, but look, I'm your mayor and I'm right here in the room with you. And there's some other people, Mel, and we talked about some other people that that I really want to kind of get involved in the next layers of what we're doing. But making that living before them, because the biggest impact that we can have is local government. And
Baby,
and the one thing that I say to kids, I say, listen, I'm preparing you for the world. And one of my phrases, I'm like, you're gonna run into a wall somewhere. It might as well be me. I know what I'm trying to put in you. So I'm gonna give you this work, and then I'm gonna, take you back and I'm gonna put you in class, or I'm gonna give you what I feel like you need at the moment. But having an impact on that local scene is, that is absolutely everything. And right now, to be honest, and those kids, Mel, to put it in perspective, those kids, and I remember I went back and did research on them when I was an elementary principal. And I remember talking to my boy Wood, and I was like, what is going on with these kids? And he was like, dude, remember what was going on? These are the kids that were born in this year. And this is what was going on in the community. And I was like, bro, yeah. And so it makes sense. And now you magnify that, Mel. You come up now, these are the kids that have had almost 2 years of COVID instruction, where they've been at home and online, and listen, online, sleep half the time, and parents coming in the background embarrassing them because they don't know they're online teaching. And you get that, and then you follow that up. They've had a strike. For them, it has been nothing but trauma and triggers.
Yeah.
I mean, their whole existence has started with that, and now it's ended with that. And so now the thing is listen, you all have went through it. We got to try to help them figure out how to make it through that process now, and also introducing them to these responsibilities. And so one of the things that we're doing, because this is not it now, Mel, you know that the school election we're going to have on November 7th. But in the fall, I want to make sure that all of these kids are registered to vote before they leave, because we had the people that came in at first at the beginning of the year, and it kind of didn't, it just didn't work. It didn't mesh, and we didn't get them all registered. And I'm going to partner with, I don't know if you all know Penny Wells.
Mhm.
Penny is a huge advocate, and she has programming, and that's what I was telling our principal. I said, listen, what she's doing, she has the foundational pieces that are there and going. We got to fill in the gaps and support her, because what we have to overcome is, to be honest, a lot of these kids, they're in homes, and people in the homes are like, man, vote for what? And so, and you all know it. Look at how many, people go out and actually vote in our local elections. But then they'll get on Facebook and be like, why they spending all this money downtown, and I got potholes on my street and this trash on my street. Listen, get your rear end out there and pick the trash up. It's your neighborhood.
Nate, you had a question? Go ahead.
Yeah, hold on. Let me get
Man,
ready.
you should have been ready. Oh,
Okay. I'm all. Listen. First of all, I appreciate you being here, Art. Me and Art go back to 7th grade when he. This ain't the show for that, but I'm proud of the man that you are in your male leadership. I wasn't told about the thing because Mel don't like taking me out in public, but with this voting registration and everyone, they preach voting, and it needs to be preached. It needs to be something that's said and taught to these younger kids to vote. But here's what I would like to know. Who are we voting for? Why don't we team up and say, hey, these are the issues we want to see this. So we have a suggestive voting ballot or voting thing. Our team is doing something to make something. So guess what? I like issue 6, and the majority of us like issue 4. So I have to exceed and say, hey, well, if we're all in this boat, I'm not going to jump out. And I know Mel, wrong one.
I'm
Mel,
jumping out.
yeah, she's going to jump out.
I'm going to jump out.
To get something accomplished.
Listen.
In our community, not my community.
You sound like a Republican, but we're going to leave that alone. Okay.
I'm back.
Hey, Mel.
Let me say this. They do have that. And I know I didn't bring you out because you would have known that this actually happened. And they talked about it. Yes, and I want to give a shout out to your government teacher. I don't know his name. They want to know your name, Mr. Artemus Scissum, assistant principal of Cheney High School. Okay. What's that government teacher's name?
His name is Mr. Weary.
Mr. Weary.
Yes.
Good. He is excellent.
Hey, did he break it down? He broke it down.
I stayed and listened, and it was amazing. And we do have issues in Ohio. The major issue, we have issue 1 and issue 2. And I'm glad that you brought that up, Nate. So issue 1 is dealing with the abortion situation that's going on. Now, I'm going to make it just as plain as I can. I don't care what you vote, yes or no. And that's why I had to say no and disagree with you, Nate, because I'm not going to put my thoughts and views and put it on somebody else. I need them to make their decision that's best for them. But let me say this. Issue 1, I learned this in Mr. Weary's class. What? Just to make it plain. And he made it plain. Issue 1, if you vote yes, you're saying that Nate cannot make a decision about your body, ladies. That's issue 1 if you vote yes. Yes means, yes, I get to control my body and make a decision for me. That's what the yes is. No has a lot more in there, and they get a little deeper. And if you vote no, that is, they get to tell you if you need an abortion.
Gotcha.
Plain and simple. Yeah. Plain and simple. So one more time. No, let me be clear. I need to make sure they're clear. If on issue 1, if you vote yes, that says I get to choose if I decide to get an abortion or not without anybody else's consent. It's all about me, a female. If you vote no on issue 1, that says somebody else gets to say if I'm able to get an abortion or not. Okay, wait. Now the issue 2. Because this is affecting Ohio. So you know I gotta entertain you.
Hey,
Issue,
hey, Belle,
yes.
can I interrupt you just for a second so I can speak for Nate so that he
Wait,
can relax?
wait. I'll let
Yeah,
y'all
but
talk after. Issue 2.
Hold it,
Issue
Art.
2 is the marijuana. Issue 2 is the marijuana issue. Yes, and this is what's crazy. The abortion want to have you all confused. Issue 1 to have you confused. Like, wait, remember, yes is I get to make my own decision. No is somebody else gets to. Issue 2, yes, let's smoke weed. No, let's not smoke weed. Now, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to let y'all talk. That's either here or there. Make it legal or not make it legal. Some people feel as though with the marijuana issue, and I want to hear from y'all, with the marijuana issue, they feel like if they make it legal, it'll be less laced weed out there. But y'all know about...
Well, yeah, depending on where you get it from.
Depending on where you get it from.
But let me
say this. Let me finish, and I got y'all.
Okay.
The weed, to each his own. Alcohol, we know the government want the money. Keep it 100. The government want the money. Do we want to make it legal? And this is how we make it legal, where we can get in your pocket, i.e. alcohol. Alcohol, you can ingest. It screws you up. Marijuana, for me, you smoke it, I get a high, and I don't smoke it. Here's what happened. Never forget it. $98 an hour. I had an opportunity to make $98 an hour. New Year's Eve. I done sold my house. I moved it to an apartment. Somebody smoking weed. It ain't legal yet. I'm asleep. I wake up. See, when you're in an apartment, you know the stuff come through the vents. I woke up lightheaded, dizzy, didn't know what was going on. I'm like, what the hell? So now I'm like, why am I so tired? I go get some coffee, caffeine. I'm not teaching y'all this. I'm not teaching you this, but I'm going to tell you what I found out. I start getting heart palpitations. Word to the curb, when I was talking to my cousin, she was like, oh, Mel, she said, you know that magnifies the high, caffeine. I said, what? She was like, yeah, that's why people, you see them, they be like, oh, let me throw back, and I'm going to say energy drink. I ain't going to say the name of it. She said, yeah, you be drinking, you smoked, and you throw back an energy drink. She was like, yeah, it magnifies the high. I said, I was in ER, so I had to pay, because I didn't know what was happening to me. They doing the EKG, boom, boom, throwing PVCs for the medical people out there to know. Could not figure out what the issue was. The issue was your girl was high. The end.
So
Secondhand.
I guess that's just how you was raised.
See what I'm saying? Like your girl was high. But to each his own, and I'll go over this later, but go ahead. Artemus, you could go first and speak for Nate. I just had to put that out there.
Well, see, so Nate, it again, it's layers to this thing. And so Mel, Nate went all the way to the nation building part. You can't do the nation building part, Nate, until you get a baseline established. And so what we did at this event, again, and Mel kind of hit on it, is kind of laid out all of the issues. And again, you can't do it politically because you have people in the audience that could be potentially politically motivated. You got people in the audience that's running for office and all those things. So we didn't want to set up a platform where we're saying, okay, vote this and we get together. But you get people in the process, and then once you get them in the game, then once they're in the game, then that's when we become a block, Nate, by making demands based on our understanding of the issues. But if you ain't got nobody voting, if they're not voting, period, because it's a generational thing, then you have absolutely nothing. You have the scarcity of votes. You have people going out scattered. You got people going to the East Side Library, and there's 300 people going to vote when we got local elections. And one of the things that we're going to do with the kids, Mel, is, and this is why, yes, they're electing class officers, and that seems like something silly. But no. I mean, in the big scope of talking about voting on levies for mental health and
board
and those things. Yeah. And so, but those things are also on there. And so then there's a comparison, because remember, we had an election here in the city that was decided by the flip of a coin. And we know people get elected. People have gotten elected and mayor and won. Listen, Tito said it. He said I lost by what 126 votes when I lost before. And so my thing then to those seniors, I'm like,
The
listen,
people won. When he won,
yeah,
the people won. I was
yeah,
excited.
yes, and I agree. But I think Tito, it will be more of a directive from the people if if the 25,000 registered voters all participated, then we know that we've heard from everybody. But let me go back though. But the message to those seniors though, Mel, is this: it's 150 of you all. If you were able to vote in this election, this is what those numbers would have been for the mental health thing. Because listen, you get those votes and then they're tight, and man, you all can make the difference. And at some point, Nathan, since you put your glasses on,
No, I was ready to fight. I got
I
to
know
see clearly.
we have to be a people that says, okay, these are our issues, and this is what matters to us as a collective. And it doesn't matter whether we're the Democrats or Republicans, but these are the things that matter. And as a candidate, what can you do? This is what everybody else in our country does.
Yeah.
Every other group in our country, they do this. And
Right.
so people know. And so with us, they just kind of get us on the emotional thing. That's why I've always said that I'm an independent, because if I find a reason why I'm going to vote for somebody,
Me too.
I'm going to vote for them.
Well,
And I'm not just going in there saying I'm just voting straight Democratic. I mean, I'm telling you, I went into a poll one time to vote, and they gave me a straight ticket, and I said, never mind.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, don't classify me and then have me come in there. Because listen, it's some of y'all jokers on both sides that I do not want to vote for.
Okay.
And I'm not going to do this. So, but we got to get the people where they're at least looking at the issues. So let me talk about some of the next layers. And I don't want to monopolize all the time, but in some of the next layers, again, we have a presidential election that's coming up next year. So we want everybody a part of that. And Mel, we're going to actually do that school-wide thing that you're talking about. We're going to do it in the fall. And this was kind of Penny's idea, one thing that she poured into me when, I told her about this. But, we're going to break the homerooms in the school up into states, and we may do counties. We may let everybody represent a county, a homeroom represent a county, and we may do the states, but I'm going to kind of put that on the kids. But we're going to have that election, and then we're going to talk about what that looks like in the whole map, and we're going to let the history teachers be a part of that. And those are some things coming on down the line. But we want people in the community to actually be a part of that. And so we'll talk some more about what those things look like. But this is kind of a year over year thing for me. It's not a one time. This is not. Yeah, this is not about just doing photo ops and then we like look at what we're doing, blah 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 blah. No, we need something with substance that we're putting into the kids, because listen, if they're leaving high school and they don't have any belief in the system and what it means, and nobody has acclimated them to looking at what issues are, nobody has taught them what ballots look like. Because listen, the first time I went into a poll, and you could talk about your experience, but I'm like, in the language, that's why I wanted Mr. Weir to break that down. And one of the things that we want to do is eventually, Mel, we will have all the seniors as a part of that. But that was the first time that we did it. So it's like, I want to do a focus group, and then we'll build and we'll have all of them. But next step is to have the parents there and having people from the community, and not making it like a boring forum, but having people, it can move from Mr. Weir having our teacher to people that can just explain the issue and what it means, whether you vote yes or no, right or wrong for an issue. Not you need to do this or you need to do
Right.
that.
The
But Nate,
dictatorship. You heard me. I talked
right.
about
But later, Nate, once we get people to come in that understand the issue and explain it to us, then we can have a conversation about what it really means to vote and what it means to us in our community.
Well,
And that's how we build it. But you can't we can't see those days. We don't. There's no Martin Luther King coming back. There's
they'll
no
never be.
Malcolm
They'll
X.
never be.
I mean,
Because soon
yeah,
as someone,
there'll never be that. And so it is having a collective understanding. And we got to stop looking for Superman.
but here's the thing: there'll never be a Martin Luther King. There'll never be a Malcolm X. Is because of the way the society is built up. I mean, as soon as we get someone that people are going to follow, they say, "Oh, look, they're monopolizing. Release the new Jordans." And then they throw everything off that because we don't concentrate or anything like that. And I get it. And maybe I'm speaking at it because I'm minimum wage on this. I don't know everything, but I'm saying this. Hey, everyone has a different house. If we bring our house together, then our community will move more than just my house. I can't push a whole bunch of stuff with just my house. But if I got everyone's house in the same community, now we can move something.
Man, listen, nobody has all the answers.
Oh.
That's why it's important to have people in the room. Because listen, I'll tell you this: everybody that was there spoke and said something, and everybody said something a little bit different and hit on something that was impactful to their experience. So Mel said something and it resonated in one way. Tiffany Patterson said something, it resonated in another way. Jeremy Batchelor said something and it resonated, hitting from a different angle. Joe Moranto. So it was like everybody spoke and everybody said something about voting and the importance of voting. But Mel, everybody had a little bit of a different spiel and angle on it based on their experience and their understanding. We need everybody's expertise at the table. So that's what it is.
Right.
And I appreciate that. And I want to say this without this being, because y'all know I don't do politics.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, I'm a girl of the arts. I love the arts. Drama club, I'm down. That is me. So you doing that, a picture is worth 1,000 words. You doing that will make you doing the program that you're doing, and I love it. It says, guess what? This is what we're doing, and we're not just talking about it. Because if you talk me to death, I'm gonna go to sleep.
Right.
I'm straight. I'm gonna be honest.
Right.
I'm gonna go to sleep and not knowing the issues. Real talk. When you go there, I was the person. If I didn't know, if I knew what I was voting for, and you have so many people talking about certain things, so you'd be like, okay, I don't care about issue 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Don't know these people. I'm here to vote for one person, and that's it. What did I do? I'm being transparent. Who gave me the best gifts on the way in the poll? If I got a finger, you gave me a fingernail file, I'll vote for them. So I didn't even know what they were doing. That's why I'm going to tell you this. Lovely people that are listening, if their candidates cannot come to a forum for them to introduce themselves to you or to talk to you, you can't get my vote because that means I'm not that important to you. You don't even want my vote.
Yeah. Melly, that goes back to Nate's point. And that goes back to what Nate is saying. And that's why I'm like, once we have an understanding, and then we have a collective, and then listen, we're coming 15,000 strong. And if you want our vote, tell us what you're doing. They're not going to miss. That's what I'm saying. They're not going to miss. They're not going to miss the forum.
That's why I had Julius Oliver, which is the first ward councilman, on the show to explain exactly what their job is. Because if you don't know and you be like, that's your council person for your neighborhood, you call them for everything. Not knowing, that's not even what they do. And I want to say this. I see you, Nate. I just got to put this out here for some clarifications. A lot of people go for the presidential because they feel as though that's the most important. You need to do local, and I'm going to tell you why. Because those judges, how often, I ain't going to say no names, but how often do you hear like, oh, man, they got to go to court. Who they standing in front of? Oh, he's blah, blah, blah. And that's local. You better know who you're voting for, because that might be your cousin, your uncle, whoever, a family member. Say you were sitting there chilling. I ain't going to lie to you. I have been in dope houses. This is back in the day, dope houses, not smoking or nothing like that, but kicking it, not realizing, not realizing that it's actual dope house. This is my homie's house. And if they happen to raid it, thank God, God was on my side because I happened to leave. They thought I was the police. Every time I left, it got raided. Different places, like what? But not knowing and say you in there just chilling, you're like, I don't do nothing. What do you mean? And you have to go before a judge you didn't vote for, you don't know him because this is not the presidential election, so it don't matter. And then that person give you time because understand this, lovely people. I can't stand politics, and I couldn't stand my history teacher or my government teacher because it was boring. But I guess I learned something. You gotta vote for that person because that could very well be you. That's the moral of the story.
Mhm.
Moral of the story is that could be you standing in front of them for some unknown reason, and y'all know, like we all know, that they want to put it on us, give you a felony, and that's why it is called the Court of Common Pleas, because they want you to plea. Okay, I can't be no more clearer than that. Court of Common Pleas.
Mhm.
And a lot of our people plea innocently because we don't want to put stresses on our parents because we know they're barely making it. Oh, they can't pay for an attorney. They can't do this, da, 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 da. If you are innocent, stand your ground because I'm going to tell you this. If you go ahead and you plead to something that you know you didn't do, your parents is paying anyway because they got to put money on your book.
Yeah.
So it's
Mel,
either now or later. And this don't have nothing to do with the guest that's on Shop Talk with Mel. This is
no. It Mel, it's all relative. So let me say this, and I want to back up to a point, and I'll kind of lay out what is a long-term vision in all of this for me. And I'm just gonna tell you, and I'm gonna say it, I don't care who don't agree, and I'm gonna say what God shared with me. If long term, we have you going back to the judges, so the judges are running. We have potentially, if we have, say, 150 seniors that will be able to vote in that next election. If you take those 150 kids, if they only have one parent with them, that's 300 votes. If you say a parent and a half, that's 450 votes. 450 votes are right there. So that is a group that those people want to seek out. If I'm running for office, and if I'm running for office in an area this size at this time, Mel, 450 votes, I'm going to get that. And
absolutely.
we want to make our kids a voting block. We want to educate them, and we'll be to the point down the road. And listen, I may be grandiose in my thinking, but listen, them doggone, they're running for office. They're like, listen, we need to get over to these high schools. We need to get over to Cheney and East because between them, that's 1,000 votes. If we're pushing our people, they'll be there.
I'm gonna let Nate go on to speak, but you said Cheney and East, just 2 schools. How many high schools did we have before?
7.
We had 5.
Mhm.
Was it 7?
Mhm.
Ursula and Mooney.
Oh, I didn't even count it. That's correct.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Public.
But they are.
So with that being said, had some people went out and voted, we probably still would be having that 5. So now we're down to 2. And then after it's all done, because your girl, listen, y'all know I'm big on the education system. I've been there. Had you come to vote prior to, instead of it happening and then saying something after it happens, it is so important to be involved. So I'm with you, Artemus. I am
but
go ahead, Nate.
Mel,
Go ahead with your point.
Not a point. I'm just volunteering my services to Art in his plight.
Go ahead.
I have time. So if you need me, call me. But here's another thing. I've also, on my political rant, started a organization, just started. It's called 2 Wheels and 1 Vote. You got a whole lot of bikers everywhere. There's already a contained group. And we come together, and you got to come see what we want to hear too. So I've been, working on that in the background, and I thought it's preempted. I would want to have a lot more invested or a lot further down the road before I really let it out. But
y'all need to just sit there. Y'all need to have a meeting.
Oh yeah.
And get it together. I think it's awesome and it's amazing. I wanted to speak to what Artemus said about going into the voting poll and they're giving him just 1 ballot. Hilarious, because my house is divided. And they automatically, the person that came with me, they automatically thought that he was a Democrat.
Right.
He was like, wrong ballot. He said, I'm a Republican.
Yeah.
That's why it is so important. Whatever it is that you do and whoever you vote for, whoever you choose, just make sure it works for you. If you don't know, read, because they're there. And if you are confused, there's poll workers that'll talk to you, but they can't tell you exactly what to do. But they'll just kind of try to explain it as much as they can. And that's why I did this part of it. And I was like, just cut and dry of what it is. It is so important. I taught my children. I went with them the first time they voted. That's why I asked you on the show, because I really appreciate what you are doing by setting up like poll booths, and showing, so we fear the unknown. And a lot of people are like, well, I don't want to go. I don't know what to do. There are people there that will help you. Like, hey, it's my first time voting. We embrace you. If you've seen me, some people have, I will work the polls. POLLS.
I was about to get my one. I'm sorry. Wrong show.
I will work the polls and I will help you as much as I can. That's why I have this platform, and it is not for politics, but it is for you to have your voice heard, because everyone has something to say. Trust and believe. Everybody has something to say. And I'll say it again, and this may be familiar. You have the right to remain silent or vote. And that goes to those people that don't vote, but want to complain about what's happening.
And you remember one of the signs said that. It said, if you don't vote, you don't have the right to complain.
Yeah. It's like, go sit down, go in the house and complain. You heard that? Now, there are some religions that don't believe in voting, so they get what they get. I haven't seen them complaining. They just be knocking on our door. You know what I mean? You know how I do it. They just be knocking on the door, and I'll be looking like, oh, yeah, okay. No shame to the relative. I know she's watching, but real talk. Come on, people. We just got to do what we have to do. I love it. And you said you're going to keep it going. I would want to go to that school. I'm not biased because I graduated from there. But I would want to go to that school because it's interactive. And this is something like, oh, yeah, we getting ready to do this. And you were saying, and bring a parent. I'm going to tell you, you lost me on the bring a parent. Being a parent. And I'm going to say why. Because a lot of people are like, we need the parents, we need the parents, we need the parents. Well, you have the children. And just as they do with the STDs, and watch me. Just as it stands the same. If you sleep with one person, you slept with 10. That person slept with 10, and it multiplies by 10. So if you talk to that child, that parent may not have any civic literacy knowledge, but that child does. So that child goes home and say, hey, this is what I learned. Talk to your children, say, what did you learn today? Or they'll say, hey, this is what we're voting for. Wait, what are we talking about? Because we already know when those parents talk to those children, they don't like what they heard. They coming up to the office and to the school. Well, you told my child A, B, C, and D, but they're not saying anything positive. But real talk, one student talks to 10 people. So when they talk to that parent talks to, multiply it by 10. So that's why I said it's the same scenario and stats on the STDs. I gotta give you some males medical moments.
Hey, listen, man, hey, she hit the clutch there, boy. Hey, she hit the clutch.
Like, you gotta know. So, but when you say the parents, because most parents are working. Most parents are working, and some parents don't know and don't want to let their child know because they're their child's hero, and don't want to let their child know that, hey, I don't know.
Well, okay, so let me sharpen that point just a little bit, because usually the way that it works, and I believe somebody said this even, Mel, when we were in the seminar, is that people usually vote because of how their parents vote.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking at creating that informational system that kind of influences the other way, if that exists. I mean, because listen, we listen, by the time they're 18, they've kind of formed some opinions on some things. They just haven't really tapped into what the real current issues might be. But our push right now, Mel, and you all really broke it down and brought it out and brought it home for me when we were all together, is that we have got to have a push for local election understanding, community understanding about how it affects things. Because I'm gonna tell y'all, when I get on Facebook and I hear people say, what they do with all that money, and I got all this trash and we got these. That's not how it works. And I've said this to Tito, and I don't mind saying this out loud, but I said this to Tito. I said, man, bro, I appreciate what you're doing downtown, because that is important. It is important that our downtown look like something. And we're talking, and you hear people saying, and people don't disagree. And yeah, I think that what happened to that $5 million here and that $5 million there. Man, listen, money is earmarked for certain things. You can only spend certain money for certain things, but the city government does not have the power. City government does not have the power to go in and affect that trash or all of those things that are on your street. There's a certain level that we have to be community minded about to make sure that we want things to look a certain way. Some things it can help. I'm not here to defend anybody, but I'm saying I can appreciate what my downtown looks like. I can appreciate going downtown to a nice amphitheater and enjoying a concert and having some venues and some different things down there, some options, a nice hotel down there where there are just some options. So,
well, I'm gonna tell you this: that's by a vote. You have city council. City council votes to where this money is going. That's why it's important. Voting is important, and certain money is allocated to certain jurisdictions, and you'll learn that as you get a little, get more involved. And if you care about your city, instead of waking up and saying, hey, like you said, why my street raggedy?
Yeah.
Real talk, I couldn't figure out. I live, I did live a street away from the mayor. My street wasn't plowed, and I said, wait a
minute. Hey, listen. Hey, I gotta run the city. I gotta get out. Yeah.
That part. And that was crazy. They like, the person, they don't want to give him a little car. He just wanted just a regular car to just go by. You see, busy as all get out. They ain't even plowing his street. Like, I was like, well, ain't no favoritism here.
Yeah.
Is there something you wanted to say? Because I want to go ahead and let Artemus go ahead and go, and we're gonna dig into these hot topics. Is there something you wanted to say?
No, just start. I appreciate you coming. You appreciate your time. You made me put on my glasses today.
Yeah, I see that.
I'm sweating because I done learned a little something. But yeah, I look forward to seeing you when I get some more money. My deck went over, so I'll call it.
Your deck went over because you got that Beijing stuff.
No. My deck. I got to get my, I'm putting another bathroom in the home, and he knew what I was talking about. Before you listening out here, Art does some amazing work, and he gonna hook up my other bathroom. I need a TV screen in there with the ESPN. So when come
on, go ahead. What you got, Art? And I want to read this comment.
Nate, listen, man, that's a text, bro. You telling my business out here.
I'm telling
Hey, you telling my business.
I'll let you go. Renee's Royalties said, being from the only state, I look at things differently, and I love what you are doing. Rebuild means opportunity. There's no they took from it. I don't know. Thank you for rebuilding and reconstructing for us and doing good in the neighborhood, as Frankie Halfacre say. Let me say it the right way. Doing a little good in the neighborhood. That's from Frankie Halfacre.
Hey,
again, you're showing your age.
Right.
Listen, the people want to know, how can they find you?
How can they find me?
Yeah, they want to talk to you. Look, you might go run for a political office.
Listen. No, listen. I do not have the time, but I'm like Dion. No, I ain't hard to find. No, seriously. Through our Youngstown City Schools website, I'm on the Cheney High School website, and we are open to ideas, and I'll just say this. Our school board is open to ideas. I encourage you to go to some of those meetings. Yes, go to the meetings and kind of see and listen, don't go to the meetings off of photo ops or different pictures you see off of Facebook and those things. Seek the real information to see what is going on in the schools, the decisions that they're making, because the school board, and now that we're back under local control, to a great extent, to a great extent, they have, you know, more of their power and influence. I'll just say that, and they have the ability to listen, and they're willing. I mean, we have a school board that's willing. Our school board may not agree on everything all the time, but listen, you put us three in the room and we're going to disagree once we get to some certain topics. And so disagreement is not a bad thing. And I don't, people think that when they look and, you know, they see people are passionate about what they're talking about and what they're doing.
Absolutely.
And so give them and make sure that they have a voice. You know, I remember they used to give a lot of people, and I won't say any names, but they gave a lot of people a hard time that were, you know, on the board. And there were times where we weren't as productive as we wanted to be. But listen, people are passionate about what they're doing. They're passionate about the kids. And, you know, and what I try to do is I try not to judge what somebody's intentions are.
Okay, now
And
what
so
I got to speak to that. When you were talking about the local control, a lot of people didn't know because I was in the background, but I'm gonna let you know. The people, you only had a few people that was on the board that fought, and we are continuing to fight. I won and not on the board, fighting for local control once the state took over. And then there were people that are voted in that was just to follow the agenda with the state taking over. Not to confuse, but I'm gonna keep it 100. I want to know where the money's going. I want to know where it went. I need to know that you wasn't at Value City Furniture, which I knew, and I sat there and passed that tax levy. So I'm just gonna put it all out there. Yep, your girls on that board, and your girls sat there. We had to travel, talk to different people, and a lot of y'all voted the people that actually got local control to this certain extent back. Y'all voted them out thinking they were the problem, and they weren't the problem. The problem was still sitting there. Like, here we go.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep it 100. So you have to know. So know who you're voting for. If they have a problem with answers and people running for school board, be like, well, why are you running? If they have a problem with you asking that question, that is not where you want to go.
Well,
because
true that.
guess what? Passion is it. I'm passionate about it big time because this is our youth. Quit playing games. You done took the books out of the school. So you got a ditto sheet and I passed the levy. So my taxes are increased. And then you go to Value City and buy a whole bunch of furniture and then bounce up out of here and give it to somebody else. I got a problem with that. Where is the money? Because we were in there and then all the money's just gone and we're supposed to act like, oh, okay, we're not going to worry about that. Oh, we're moving forward. No, I was about to say something else. No, homie, ain't no passing by.
Where's the cheese, dog?
Where is the cheese, dog? You know, like, where's my money?
Well, so again, you know,
I'll always pass the levy for education because I'm big on that. But when your child don't have a book, and then you want to grade them on something and they can't even do it, talking about homework, you ain't even got a book. I need to read this. Let me read the instructions. You don't understand it? I don't need to. We got a ditto sheet like we in first grade. Quit playing on the phone. And another thing, your list. And I know it don't have nothing to do with you. Your list. Copy paper? Really? Copy paper on the list? And I'm passing the levy? I'm passing the school levy and you got copy paper on the list to buy for my child? Quit playing on my phone.
Hey, well, listen, I can't answer to that. Hey, listen. Hey, listen. Yeah, right. Put your blood pressure cuff on because she went up.
Yeah.
Hey, now she popped the clutch a minute ago. Now she need her blood pressure cut.
I know.
Let me get my blood pressure
real quick, didn't it? And copy paper. What the hell they give me? Whoa, Mel.
What am I paying for?
Slow down.
But listen, Mel. Those are all questions. Those are all things that can be addressed, and you can get that. You can get that information. I mean, because board minutes are public, the meetings are announced and they're public. And again, the part about, you know, educating yourself on what's going on. And I mean, just asking questions. I mean, sometimes we tend to just be so passionate though, that we just come out and it's like, and then people can't hear what you're saying because who you are speaking too loud.
Now, here's the thing. I'm involved. So I know, I really know. I really, really, really know. And when you go to the school board meetings, honestly, you have to submit your questions prior. And that came, how do I know what my question is if I don't know what you guys are discussing prior to until after? That came into play when Hawthorne was actually there. And I was at that meeting and I did that vote where he voted out the books to do the ditto sheets. I did my leg work. I ain't gonna talk about the man like that, but if you're voting somebody in or you want somebody to come in and be the superintendent, please do your leg work, because if your program failed in 2 other states, why are we voting this guy in? But do my vote count? It counted, because just know that this one right here said and I know I said and then watched it. But thank you so much, Artemus, for coming on. And the thing, and I understand the message is, if you continue to go to those meetings, or if you're involved in those meetings, you'll know what's actually going on. And like me, if you know what's going on and you have an issue, here, let me speak to this issue. And I'm going to be honest with you. You got to know who you're voting for. Some people feel like the problem child is the issue. The problem child sometimes that problem child is not the issue. They're the ones that's standing up for what's right. So get to know that person personally and say, hey, why are you running? And again, if any of your candidates cannot give you a direct answer, that light bulb that just went over your head, don't do it. And don't vote out of popularity, because there was somebody else that put that in there. You're voting, oh, okay, this person, like I did in the 2nd grade. I ain't on a better clerk than my cousin's name recognition. So you're like, okay, I'm going to vote for that. Or I'm going to vote for who's popular. Look at the issue. What works for you? When you get into that poll booth, look at it and read it. Does that work for you personally? Forget the fact that your family is into something different. And you'll be like, oh, my family vote this way, I'm going to vote. No, look at it. Read it. Does it work for you personally? If it works for you personally, then there you have it. Get an independent ballot so that everybody's on there. Don't box me in and tell me this is what it's going to be. This is not a dictatorship. It's always good to have options. Thank you so much, Artemus, for coming on. You know you're welcome anytime, because he was my plan B, my backup plan. When I was like, I can't do it, it's live radio. Art, what you doing? Can you please do me?
Look, downtown in the box.
Downtown in the box. We know it. So I truly appreciate you for coming on, and keep doing what you're doing for the youth.
Yeah.
Showing them a different way, saying the same thing.
Yeah. Let me say this on the way out.
Go ahead.
The issue of the day is equity. We want equity across the board. And voting is a linchpin to equity.
Amen.
Let's church.
Amen. Listen, bless y'all. I enjoyed y'all.
You said at the Board of Education?
Yeah, you go through Youngstown City Schools website. You can find my email. And listen, we're open to ideas, and the door's open. It's a challenge. And I'm gonna say this. I watched a little. Listen, I watched a few weeks ago when Julius was on there, and I got his number. I got to call Julius. But he said something that resonated. You all were talking about, when people are complaining and about different things, and he said something. I'm gonna make a T-shirt out of this. He said, "Them y'all kids." I love them. I love them like they're mine, but them y'all kids, get involved.
I need one too. Who makes shirts?
Hey, listen.
I know, what's his name? Jerome Franklin. I got to shout him out because he does my Shop Talk stuff, and Kelly. Them y'all kids. We're about to have some shirts like boom.
Listen,
I'm about to call him and see if he let me get that.
That's the whole phrase. I love them, but them y'all kids.
Listen, I ain't even gonna put I love them. Them y'all kids, and we need to make sure they right, because I ain't trying to get robbed when I get old.
Well, listen, but listen. The point is though, when I say them y'all kids though, let me be clear.
I got you, but we gotta hurry to get these hot topics before I have you stuck on here. And they're gonna be like, they're gonna be like, oh wait, okay, that's all. Right now he is Mr. Artemus Scissum.
Yes, Mr. Well, my $2. Oh, we still on my fault.
Hey man, listen.
Right, what you got?
No. I was gonna hit Nate with lick on that 28 quick pitch. I did pull out, and I got the tap.
Whatever.
You missed the hole.
Look. I'm mad at you for that.
You want in on these hot topics because I got to get moving.
And my mayor.
Go ahead. Go get moving. Let me go on the bounce.
All right.
Take care.
Listen, we gotta talk about these hot topics real quick. So we had they talking about the restaurants in Atlanta, how food critics feel like this guy, some guy went to Candy's old lady gang and said they had to wait like an hour or so to actually get served. Now I've been in Atlanta. What was we in Atlanta when we went to Sweetie Pies or somebody's? We went somewhere, we had to wait. Like you have to eat before you go out in Atlanta. Or you're gonna be really, really hungry. Don't go hungry because you're gonna be hit. Now, do you believe that you have to have the air quotes for the listening audience, the permission of society before you become a food critic, or do you believe that you are a food critic?
Well, everyone, if you have you make your own platform. That's why people make money, because they get, YouTube numbers, hits, likes. So you're your own critic. So I can get on here and say, Sweetie Pie's chicken tastes like wood, and I've effectively told 80 million people. Air quotes that Mel always put up. I've never had Sweetie Pies. It's just an example. But if I have the audience, I have the audience. So you're a critic or whatever you say. You know what I mean?
I think every last one of us are critics.
Yes. Yeah. So
anytime you go to a place and if you don't like it, you can say, I don't like it.
Right. And you say it. It's just like a Yelp report. So, yeah. Hey, they were bad to you, but they were delicious to me. That chitlin souffle is to die for.
Did you see chitlins is about like $30 to $40 a bucket?
I've never eaten them. I can't get past. No.
But for real, I understand for those who have not eaten chitlins, but really, now that was like the slops, and now all of a sudden, other people want them.
Yeah.
And now you gonna capitalize on them. Keep your red bucket.
The non-melanated people wanting them now?
Forgetting to clean them up here, throwing them in the pot like that.
Boiling them straight.
Straight, no chaser. Like, crazier than a bug. I was like, talking about some $40, $35 to $40. Guess what? You thought it was in high demand. Go ahead. You're going to be sitting there with a whole bunch of chitlins.
Yep.
Buckets.
Spoiled.
Boom. Done lost your money. Because it was like, I want to think like $8 or something like that. And then those people be like, oh, yeah, I don't eat pork. I said, it's somebody eating the pork. Because last year, there was no hams and no chitlins. I said, somebody somewhere eating the pork. Acting like they not eating the pork. I wanted to see this one. Cornell Stevens said, everybody got an opinion, just like they got a, you know what? Yeah, for voting. You're right. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Okay, in Arizona, Tyler Quinter said it is $35 a bucket. Man, bye.
No.
Ain't getting it. No. Especially if I ain't got no Frank's Red Hot.
Ooh, no. I choose
Frank's Red Hot or Tabasco. What you got?
I go Tabasco. What? No. I go Red Dot. Is that the Tennessee?
Red Hot. Frank's.
I don't know. I like flavor. I don't like hot.
See, Tabasco is just hot to me.
Well, yeah, I don't like Tabasco. There's one that I keep in the refrigerator.
The Tabasco, little skinny one. Chesapeake or something other like that.
I got a theory. Hot going in, hotter coming out. And you get that vein to come in. Oh, never mind.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
What's that? What's the vein? What's the vein?
When you're grunting. When you're lacking the fiber you need to just...
When you need a kit to go in the bathroom. You need a whole kit. You need a spray bottle like you boxing.
Oh, yeah. No, I share my innermost feelings with everybody.
You are hilarious.
Take that. Aroma. No courtesy flush. Take this.
That's a mess. Now you're going too far. You're going too far. Your girl, Khloe Kardashian, let me say this first. Speaking of social media, when you said that, everybody's a critic depending on their platform, but everybody is a critic when you go and you eat the food, yay or nay, Yelp reports. I want to tell you, okay, so the listeners saying Frank, stay down with the Franks, that Twitter, next year, if you don't have a Twitter account, Elon Musk, they're going to charge you $1. Y'all need to check this out. $1 to join Twitter. And watch this. $1 to hit likes. I'm going to say allegedly because it's not verbatim, but I did read it.
I don't have a
I don't know
Twitter.
if it was a reparable place because they got AI doing a whole lot of things,
Right.
and it cannot be true. But yeah, $1.
I don't
think
have
it's
Twitter now. I'm
You
not.
don't have to out. Well, don't get it next year because you're gonna be charged $1.
Not
And
it.
anytime you hit like, you're gonna be charged $1. So I guess he figured if I'm paying you, you're gonna pay me back. That's a business mind. Are we mad about it or not?
Can be, but I mean, hey, yeah, it is what it is. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not spending my money there. So okay.
You ain't spending your money. Okay. Good stuff. Good stuff. Now, Khloe Kardashian, they said that she is blackfishing. They accuse her of blackfishing because she was a Bratz doll for Halloween. And they said that she made her skin dark. So blackfishing now is kind of like blackface, air quotes for the listening audience. Now, I think that there's a difference. Blackface, over exaggerated, black, making fun. She's being a brat doll. Now, when you look at me and you break the words down, black fishing, her and her sister's been fishing for black dudes for how long?
Well, listen, they definitely ain't prejudiced.
Okay.
They definitely ain't prejudiced. So I'll let them slide with that one. Next year, let's go with something else. That's all.
I think that's crazy. But Tamar Braxton was a brat doll.
Tamar is a brat. That she should be the official brat doll. Spoiled brat. I mean, I'm sorry.
She looked like Phaedra Parks from Atlanta Housewives. That's what I thought it was. I was like, oh, well, what is she? She said she was a brat doll. I want to talk about Flavor Flav singing the national anthem. You don't want to talk about it?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
He sang, and they tripping on him.
Listen, this went to a committee, and the committee said, yeah, let's have Flavor Flav sing this.
Yeah, boy.
Let's look over his hits. You think he'll have the Marvin Gaye effect, or you think he'll do the Whitney Houston effect? I don't know, but I think it's a good idea to have Flavor Flav sing this. And you got
You're right. There was a vote.
There had to be. You didn't just say, "Hey, Flav, get out there and sing."
But I'm gonna tell you this, believe it or not, he is instrument savvy. He could play the piano.
He's very educated.
And a lot of people didn't know that part. He didn't sound bad. I mean, you heard Flav's voice, but he ain't do it like how Roseanne Barr did it, being funny.
Right.
He actually wanted to do it, and just to let you guys know, it was part of his bucket list. He didn't sound that bad.
Well, hey,
as they're making it to be like, oh, okay, he was whack. Suge Knight has a podcast in prison.
How the heck?
Don't understand.
How the hell you do that?
My point exactly. So you got Facebook, the tablets they have, and now he got a whole podcast show. It's called Collect Call. How appropriate. It's called Collect Call. And he out there just wilding out.
So he ain't even in federal prison. He's in state prison, right?
To my understanding. I don't know for sure. So I don't want to put that out there. Go ahead.
That's amazing to me. That's amazing to me. That's wow. That you can.
It's all Collect Call. So to my understanding, I'm thinking it is he calls collect and then does it.
Okay. I thought he had a camera in there. Like, yeah, man. Today we making noodles with the Doritos, and
we make down our break
sausages. I'm taking a summer sausage. I'm thinking he, with a camera and stuff. If he's just over the phone, it's not as bad as I once thought it was.
We don't know. I don't know for sure. I don't, real talk. But I just feel like it's a lot.
It is.
It's a lot. And y'all know that he was actually, I think he was a football player first.
Yeah,
I think I read that he was a football player. And then he ended up being a bodyguard for Bobby Brown. Then he just went to rough and tumble and doing his thing. And a lot of people, he's not gonna be, will he get rehabilitated? I don't know. We'll see. No. But from his show, the podcast, and him spilling the tea about all these different people that done raped somebody. Why you saying all that? Talking about Akon is suing him because he said that he raped some people because they wasn't getting along. But he already locked up. So how does that work?
Right.
Just trump some charges, I don't know, or get more charges. A lot of people like Suge Knight. They like that thug look. They like that thug energy and
Yeah,
thinking
well,
that's it. But dude is just locked down. The guy that did the Food Critic at Candy's, was it Old Lady Gang? His name was Keith Lee. Thank you. I couldn't think of his name because I'm like Keefy D, because Keefy D, the one with the Tupac. Keith
oh,
Lee is the one that actually was the Food Critic, and they realized it was him. And that's when they decided to have him sit down. And he had to wait for hours. All right, let's get into this thing with people still talking about Sierra and what's his name, her husband?
who?
Sierra, the singer Sierra at the Waffle House.
Oh, what's there to talk about?
Exactly. Why do they care?
If Sierra was having an enjoyable time, that's all that counts.
She said it was her favorite place. Then you have they got Kodak Black. I just got to put this information out there that is supporting Trump. Now I'm gonna tell you this: a lot of people are supporting Trump. They said he's probably gonna go to jail. Do you think that people will vote for him just to say, "Ha, somebody in jail. Let's see if we can make him president, if it's possible," instead of taking it serious?
I think he has a lot of blind followers that just want to do anything he says. He has a job off of his popularity that he's totally incapable of to do. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
he's not capable of holding the position, but he has a lot of blind followers that's going to do whatever he say.
Okay. I just wanted to know your input on that. Uh-oh, where'd you go?
Uh-oh, I don't know.
Okay. Look, I'm like, okay. Well, your boy Will Smith, he finally speaks about Jada.
Oh, did he?
He finally speaks about her disrespect and all that extra stuff.
What'd he say?
Okay, this is what I'm just going to paraphrase. He says that when we got together and we were married, we sat down, we had a discussion, and she was saying how they came from two different worlds and then, becoming one, and the way that she thinks is different than the way that he thinks. And to me, it was gaslighting. It was gaslighting and manipulation, because we know that's what gaslighting is. It was more so like saying, I'm different and I'm allowed to do this because this is who I am. And me disrespecting you, this is who I am. You from a different world. We're two different people. And I guess that's why she feel like, well, we shouldn't have been married to become one. How does society want us to become one when we're two different people? Didn't say that before, but now you talk about it now. And he is like lightweight going for it.
Here's the thing. Whatever her excuse or however she sees it, it still goes down to the same road. If she's not with Will, she's just going to be getting ran through. I mean, she's not going to find it. And nobody going to take her serious at this point. No one else is going to take that woman serious and give them their all. I mean, her red table has backfired on her. It's not as popular as it once used to be. I mean,
right.
This
it backfired on her because it showed her as a liar. Because
it's gonna make her look bad. And at the end of the day, we like, oh well, you took it for the team. All right, get over it. But with her, all she's gonna find is dudes who want to deal.
Do you really want to? Like,
oh yeah, you would still smash Jada if you had the opportunity. But that's it. That's it.
I don't even know if I was a dude, if I would even want to even partake in her company. Now, Will said that allegedly, because I'm telling you, this AI, you don't know what's real, right, what's not. Said that she was engaged to Tupac. He said that was a lie.
Look.
He was like, I'm out. Now, you can't keep telling me that you're in love with somebody and think I'm supposed to stay. Like, come on.
Look. Like I said, Jada's going to be on the next talk show talking about ain't no good men out here.
Is that what we do?
That's her future. Because ain't no man going to put up with that type of shit. and the type of shit that she's going for, or she wants to, invest in, that type of dude ain't gonna give her the things that she's accustomed to.
Okay.
I mean, that life changes. And if she have the money, if she get away with a lump sum, they coming after that. It's not. How does this road end? You going down this road? Have you ever stopped and thought, how does this end? How does this end?
Is it that, are we ever satisfied as females?
No, you're not. You're not. You're not programmed to be. I mean,
explain.
Remember what I always said, whose happiness comes first?
Okay.
It's a man's, because it never changes. A woman's happiness is situational, and every time the wind blows, something else makes her happy. So you'll never be happy. It's just like this. Who's easier to please, a man or a woman?
It depends on the situation.
Oh, no, don't. You're wrong now.
I'm wrong?
Yes, it's a man, because he pretty much wants the same thing all the time. And hot plate favorite position usually is it.
But the favorite position ain't it no more, especially if your joint limp.
Well, you if it's because my back hurt and I can't get my huff like I used to, I improvise. But if you give me that, that's pretty much my happiness. You get me number 4 from McDonald's, I'm gonna say, oh wow, thanks, and I'm gonna eat it. I'm happy with that. You done fed me, you done put me to sleep. I'm light on my feet. I got a southern burp. It's simple to do. It'll take, but a woman, happiness? Oh, you took me to the Cheesecake Factory. A woman like this to the Cheesecake Factory? Dude took you to Applebee's. Yeah, Mel, you. It always.
Yeah, it used to be the bomb. The 2 for $20 used to be the bomb.
Hey, don't get it twisted. 2 for $20 is still nice. You know what I mean? That
they
2
still
for
have
20.
it.
What?
I told you they got rid of that unlimited super salad, and I checked out.
Oh well. Here it's men are simple, and women hate how simple we are.
Let me tell you this. I was talking to a guy. He was married for 23 years, and it was, first of all, it was a blind date, right? So a friend of mine was like, "Man, you want to go on this?" She's like, "I set you up. Somebody like you, they want to take you out. I never did that before in my life." So I get there. So I'm looking around. I don't see no brothers in the place, right? So I was like, "Oh, he's not here." She's like, "He's there. He's sitting there watching you." It wasn't Jason Momoa, that's for sure.
It was Connor.
Yes, it was Connor. So, air quotes, we just use it and using that for the name. Anyway, it was Connor. So I was like, all right. I was like, oh, okay. So I go ahead and I'm having a conversation. It's cool. And he shares with me, he was married for 23 years. So you're married for 23 years. And he said he finally divorced his wife. And he shared with me the conversation. And he said, and I told her, and by the way, I hate eggs. She made eggs for 23 years every morning. And he said he hated eggs. He said it at the end of their
Me too, man.
I know, right? Like, what's happening, Nicole?
That weather.
He says it at the end of their marriage that he hated eggs. She was like, what? I said, what? I said, you ate eggs every day and you don't like eggs? He said, no, this is what he did. I said, well, how did you get to eggs? He said she made him breakfast. The first date was breakfast. And he ate the breakfast and he ate the eggs. And he said, these are the best eggs I had ever had. I said, well, there you have it. He was like, I said, well, you like eggs? He was like, no, I don't like eggs, but those were the best that I've ever had. I said, see, those games y'all play. So she was under the impression that those are the best eggs he ever had.
All that was.
Wait, listen. Those are the best eggs he ever had. So she made him for breakfast eggs every day since. Because what she heard, the best eggs I've ever had was eggs is my favorite thing.
He didn't say that.
And
said
that's
the
what
best
he
thing-
shared. He never said that.
He never said that. But I blame him as opposed to her because she. I'm
Go
scared.
ahead.
She was doing what she thought was right, and he never corrected it. But I mean, for her, these are the best eggs, so let me give him what is the best, what he said from now on. Now he never corrected that, so I blame him on this one.
Okay, so Cherie Childcare said just childish. Feel so you saying that men are easy to make happy? She said, look, she been invested. She should have invested in eggs every day.
Hey,
Eggs, because she thought that he liked eggs since those were the best he ever had.
I give her credit because she got up and fixed him breakfast every day. Now, at some point, he could have said, hey, listen, I don't really like eggs like that. Those were the best I ever tasted. That's not conversation. That is comprehension. But
come on, Nate.
Hey, no. Yeah, he said those are the best I ever had. He didn't say eggs are my favorite things to ever to eat every day. He just said those were the best he had. And you can respect that. Okay, cool. But it's still his fault. And I don't usually go against the brothers.
Okay.
Because
let's see what Cornell Stevens said. He said, I blame him for that, but he didn't correct her because he wanted to make her feel like she was doing something with the egg. So you will, come on now, you will put up with something. Why, you don't want to hurt her feelings?
Yeah, you can't, man. There's a whole bunch of shit I can't say in this house right now. And here's a good one. Yeah, Mel, that shirt don't make you look fat at all.
Oh, let me see. It doesn't?
Oh.
Thank you.
Hey, Mel, you might want to thank you. Woo!
Look,
when the skit goes wrong, Mel, stop that. Stop that. Our views might go up, but I mean, stop that.
It's all. Thank you. I'm going to wear it again.
But
I'm totally covered from head to toe.
But I mean, we have to say things to keep the peace because women can't take the truth.
I disagree with that. So
you would if you're a woman.
So if he would have said at the very beginning, oh, I don't like eggs, I think it would have saved him a lot of time and heartache. Like,
and as you seen, me and Cornell said, it's his fault.
Okay, so tell me this. Do you think it would have been a second date if he told her that he didn't like her breakfast? Or if he said he don't like her eggs, we would have heard, I don't like your cooking.
Right. So, hey, guess what? This was pre-smash conversation. So I'm pretty sure that's the best chitlin loaf I'd ever had.
Not chitlin loaf. Not a 30. Listen, it better be at $35 a bucket.
Yeah.
It better be.
We will say whatever.
So you'll say anything.
Yes. We've all done it. All. Ask every man on this panel.
For the multitude.
I'm speaking for every man on the panel. We've done some stuff that we don't really do because we really wanted it. There's a lot of pre-smash. We've had a lot of pre-smash decisions that we don't really do.
What?
Let
help me comprehend that.
The pre-smash. These are the greatest eggs ever, and she's eating eggs and blah blah blah. Yeah, okay. That makes you look real slim. Whatever it is, the pre-smash conversation. Yeah.
So you'll lie?
Yes. No, men don't lie.
That's what I'm like. Wait a minute.
No, men don't lie.
That's a mess. That's a mess. So you say that you are easier.
What do you mean, men?
So if you're saying that guys are easier to make happy,
yes.
How do we know if it's a lie?
Dude, you think we worried about them eggs? He was just he was
took the time to do those eggs.
Guess what? Yes, she gets credit again for getting up, cooking him breakfast every day, and for the things that she thought that he liked. That was his fault. And on the way out, He said instead of, and that's why your thing is tiny. What y'all say, he said, I've never liked eggs. So that was just a little.
So does that really hurt y'all when we talk about your size?
No. Well, I mean, not me.
But I'm just saying, just that you're, from
here's the thing.
Brocos. Do y'all talk about that after? Do y'all ever say, she had the nerve to say blah, blah, blah? Do y'all have that conversation? Because
no, because guess what? You put that 2 inches in there? Holy shit, how'd you get it in there? So guess what? My stuff is huge. It depends on how much you like me and how huge it is. So it's all relative.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know. Now you're interested. Now, what, depending on how much you like the person,
how much you, the female, likes the man.
If she likes him a lot, then it's huge.
Yep.
That could be a lie.
Okay, well, ask the people.
I'll go back to Sharice's comment.
Ask the people. Ask the people. Is Nate right or wrong?
People.
Is Nate right or wrong?
Listeners, is he right or wrong? Because somebody at Head and Shoulders, nobody dealing with that. I was talking to one of my homegirls was telling another girl, she was like, well, let me let you know he ain't got nothing going on. Mm-hmm. And he likes to cuddle. Mm-hmm. Well, he liked to cuddle because he's short.
But guess what? That might be the play that you call. Maybe
what,
you
cuddle?
Yeah, maybe you like to cuddle. And guess what?
You're right. We are kind of hard to please because sometimes we want to cuddle and sometimes we don't. But don't suggest the cuddle to me.
Hey, listen, here we go.
Just cuddle. I believe
as a Pittsburgh Steeler, I play the Browns a lot different than I play the Ravens. I hear you, baby. I seen it. But I play the Browns a lot different than I play the the Ravens. Different team, different strategies. So she telling you, oh, he's small and got the cuddle. He might be telling us, man, it smelled like salmon. Spoiled salmon with them $35 chitlins. So in his mind, it's a totally different thing. She's just telling you her perspective.
You said the $35 chitlins. Now that's bad.
Hey, look, spoiled, leftover chitlins. But here's the thing. She's telling you her perspective and how he did with her. But guess what? Najee Harris, always has pretty decent games against the Ravens. So when he plays against you, Mel, he came with his A game and he played good and he watched that outside linebacker and he seen that safety switched over. He paid attention and his game plan worked for you. Now for the girl to say, girl ain't there and he ain't got the cuddle, and he's like, man, I don't even want to be here. All right, well, here, let me get this Southern burp off and go on about my day. Here, look, she might have been the third one I done knocked off today. So I'm pushing rope to begin with. So after I done push rope up in there, and I'm like, hey, you know what? Let's just cuddle. So guess what?
Rope.
How do you push rope, Mel?
Hard to do. I read it. I figured it out. You fight.
It's a Nateism. You ain't read my book, Mel.
I'm gonna get your book. I'm gonna get your book.
If he didn't, your book. If he didn't push rope, he didn't push rope to get it in there, and then he want to cuddle later, and she telling you that story. That's her story and him. It's true to her. But guess what? You done tried him out, and the nigga, what? The Hucklebuck Deluxe lifted the Melvin. He gave you the Melvin and the Hucklebuck Deluxe.
But and that's something to a female psyche. Let's see. Yanni Smith said different women get different versions of a man. What he was a year ago may not be the version he is today.
What's her name? Bonnie?
Yanni.
Well, Yanni also typed that Nate was right. I'm looking for that.
Listen here. That's where the problem is at. And that's what I'm trying to get you to understand. You're saying keep our bellies full and keep on going down south empty.
Right.
But if your joint, if you're not the man you were the year before and that you are today, then what?
I know that.
Because I'm gonna tell you something, that oral thing, that a lot of people ain't really interested in the oral thing. You can't just do oral all the time and everything will be fine. They say that that's the number one reason for throat cancer.
Well, listen, we need a throat goat on the panel to discuss that.
A throat goat?
Listen, I'll be eating eggs for the next 23 years for a throat goat. No, but here's the thing. If I can't do what I used to do last year, guess what?
What?
I know that. I know that.
So what do? You still trying to make her happy?
I adjust my game. I'm not dunking on nobody. Like our boy DC, he said he's still dunking at 50. I'm layups and fadeaways. My game, I'm still scoring a point, but I'm not. I'm from deep. I can't run the floor like I used to. I know that.
Okay.
I know my 20-year-old self would look at me and like, damn, what the hell what? You won't believe it. But I mean, it comes with age.
Where's DC at? We gonna get DC hooked up. DC still dunking on people. He in the game.
Yeah, he in the game.
He said he was single.
Hey, it better be somebody with good hips and this young.
And a throat goat.
Hey. Hold on, you got to say that like this.
Just like you crazy. Wait, what we got? Let's see. That's silly. One of the YouTubers said calling all throat goats to the panel, and the price of eggs went back down. There you go. It's all good. I'm telling you, this weather doing something strange.
Oh man, I was real bad yesterday.
Can your spouse be your best friend?
No.
As a female, females get offended.
Yes, they do. It hurts their feelings. And here's
why?
Because
ladies, talk to me. 619-902-2287. 619-902-2287. Why are you offended if your husband says or mate says that you're not his best friend?
Here's the thing. I have fun with my guys. Me and Cornell Stevens can go over his house, watch TV, and play video games all day and have fun. You put me with a woman, a girlfriend, or a wife, you might say something funny, but we're not having fun because I can't fart like I can when I'm around Cornell.
But is that fun?
Yes, Josh. You're like, damn, man, what you eat? Oh, man, you tripping.
That is so childish.
Exactly. It's right there. That's why we don't want you as our best friend. Because that's so childish. Why are you still playing this game 7 hours later? That's why you're not our best friend. Guess what? I don't have to know Cornell's birthday. We've been handing the same $20 between the two of us for the last 8 years. I sit there and listen to, oh, man, that's messed up. You gonna eat that? But with you, with a female, why don't you understand? When you don't know his birthday, that's your best friend. And this, that, and other. No.
Listen, I have been in situations where I forgot somebody's birthday, and they was like, the dude knew. He was like, "You don't remember?" I was like, "Oh, how am I gonna say I don't know their birthday? Let me hurry up and go get something." And in their feelings, I don't understand what the problem is.
We're not your best friend.
We're not your best friend? Okay, so Cornell said, nope, my mate ain't my best friend. I cannot have that. My dude cannot be my best friend.
Nope.
Because the way that I talk to my dude may not be the same way that I'm talking to my best friend.
And exactly. And you need a best friend that you can trust, that you can talk to about your dude. And
because you know what happens. Y'all break up, it don't work. Now he know all your secrets. Girl, bye. Bye. He know all your secrets and he know all about who doing what with what. I don't understand that. And I don't understand why some females feel like they need to tell their man about what your girl doing and with who. And because of DC in the building. We're just talking about you.
Yes, we were.
Okay, so DC said we could be good friends, but not best friends.
Right. We're good friends because I married you. Or I'm you my woman or whatever. So we're good friends. But you ain't my best friend. No.
Okay, almost like that comment of, yeah, I don't like my mate, but I love her. Don't just because I don't like her today don't mean I don't love her.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she in her feelings. He don't like his girl.
Yeah.
And then that's when chicks will move in, be like, oh, he don't even like her.
Right.
But did he say he didn't love her?
Here's the thing.
Go ahead.
Men and women value system is different. We all got $100. And
Okay.
we have to spend it on caring, all this, that, and other. A man takes $100 and he say 50 here or 25 here, 25 here, 25 here. Now that's I care about that, I care about that, and I care about that. So he has 4 things he cared about because he went $25 on each thing he cares about.
Okay.
A woman will spend that $100 in pennies. She cares about this. She cares about that. That means something. This means something. That means something. And I'm sitting here like, I don't give a shit about that. So why are you caring about this stuff? So as men, we have the same amount capacity to care. We just use it differently. You think about, oh, she did this and she wore the same outfit as me, and you care and it upset you and shit like that. And me and DC show up at the same spot with the same jogging suit on and be like, oh, yeah, good thought, bro. Yeah, man. Great minds think alike.
I'm going to the house to change.
See? That's that penny y'all spending on. I care about this. I care about that. I care about this. I care about that. Ugh.
Now, me personally, I ain't leaving.
But I mean,
I'm a parade around.
but
Come on, girl, let's take this picture.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Who wore it better?
It's the difference, the difference between men and women.
Okay, broadly speaking, especially for that is funny. Talk about something must have been on sale. I heard that. Is monogamy unrealistic? Just generally speaking. I know this thing. I got you. I ain't worried about that. She already know this is the show. For the sake of the show, is monogamy? Honestly, I really want to know, fellas. Let me get this over here too. 619-902-2287. 619-902-2287. You ain't got to call in. You can text, and I'm looking at the texts. If you don't want to be heard, is it unrealistic?
How's the spare room at your house, Mel? You got a TV in there?
I got you.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
It is okay.
Our family structure is suffering. Our society as a people is suffering, and we don't want to do anything about it. You have multiple children that can't be around their father for various reasons.
Okay.
You have people that
okay, so all that takes a part in monogamy being unrealistic.
Yeah.
The fathers aren't in the house if he got a whole bunch of people
everywhere else it's practiced. If you can afford it, this, that, and other. So this is what happens. I'm King Solomon. I got many wives who have many children. Okay. All of my children know who their father is and fall under his authority. Therefore, they're not out in these streets or whatever the case may be. Now, you have different attitudes and people that take different things, but they fall under a man's authority. Now, you break that up because the only thing that hurts is the woman's feelings. It's the only thing that hurts.
That's what this is boiled down to, the woman's feelings.
Yeah, because guess what?
Yes,
our oldest had 3. We found out he had a whole different family at his funeral.
That's usually how it happens too.
Ta-da!
Is love enough to make things work?
No.
Okay.
No. I can love you from a distance. I can love you. Oh man, I love Mel, but no, I got to go. I can't tribute to her chitlin dinner fund. I need some.
You ain't gonna buy dinner and get it somebody else.
Hey, I love you, but I love you.
Listen, are you gonna buy the chitlins for me to cook?
Not at $35.
You ain't doing it. Do you feel as though that people at the beginning of a relationship need to prove themselves at the onset?
Especially a man, yes.
Okay. So the fellas is talking, nope.
No, that was
Yep.
the other question.
Look, no love is not enough to always make things work.
Right.
So you can love the person and still leave them.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, when you hear people say that this is the one because they feel a strong connection, do you agree with just that strong connection and saying this is the one? Or do you feel like it needs to be more like compatibility with the
If you know
chemistry?
yourself, if you're true to yourself, and that's the one, that's the one.
Or could it be just this is the one because I'm lonely?
Ta-da! Well, it's the one to, yeah, he's the one.
Or it's the one today.
It's the one to cure your lonely feeling. I mean, you got to ask yourself, hey, is this for a lifetime or a lesson? Because yeah.
A lesson or a blessing, it has to be more. I'm with DC. It definitely has to be more with me. Now, here's the thing: when people walk into the relationship and they're like, okay, well, I'm coming as myself. And they request that. I need you to be who you are. Tell me who you are. And then when you explain who you are, they don't like that person.
Okay, cool. We just avoided wasting a lot of time.
But that's your best friend, and you done told all their business. And you done told them all your business. And you just wait. Oh, we just wasted look, we saved time, but you got all the secrets. So now I'm just gonna deal with you because you got all the business.
I ain't gonna tell them about, the gonorrhea syphilades that I, contracted or this, that, and I'm not giving them the deep personal stuff.
Now, what is that about?
What?
Please share this. When guys come in the room, come into place, dating a person, why is it that y'all feel the need to say what y'all have done to somebody else? Like, we don't want to know that you didn't. Let me say this. Let me do it this way. Ladies, stop asking if you did that to somebody else or was that your first time. I'm just going to put that out there because that has happened. And guys actually tell the truth and say, yeah, I've done this before.
Dummies. But
like, let it be the first time.
Yeah. You can't. That's a young man question. We too old for that question.
This came from an older person. Look, this stuff ain't coming from out the sky. This stuff has definitely occurred, and they were talking about it. So I do adhere. My shop talkers know I adhere to what they say. They be shooting me, inboxes to talk about. So I'm just bringing it up and addressing it all. Do you do all your tricks on the first date or the first encounter? Let me say that.
It depends.
Why do y'all do that?
It depends on your opponent.
Okay. What does that mean?
If it's a scrimmage, no, I'm not pulling out the thing. But if it's somebody I plan on, I got to plant my flag here. I want to come back. I'm trying to keep it off the market. Of course, it's important to me to show out and make it unforgettable.
Well, it's unforgettable because when your homegirl talked to her homegirl, her best friend, she like, wait a minute, it's levels to this. So that thought is there, like
to y'all,
to everybody,
to y'all. Guess what? The BDR only is a report from you, female to female. Now, guess what? Like I said, if I'm playing against you, I'm more focused. I'm watching I didn't watch film. I didn't get to the playroom. My cardio's right. You know what I mean? I talked to DC and he gave me some tips. I'm trying to dunk the ball.
Okay.
But if I'm out and I see somebody that's cool and this, that, and other, blah, 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 and I'm just out, ain't trying to look for nothing, ain't trying to do nothing. Yeah, I get out of the play. Yeah. Here, I'll be on the wing. Throw me the ball every now and then. I ain't trying to, win no game or nothing like that. I'm cool.
Read that comment.
Golly, Cornell. Oh, I got my big one. Oh,
okay.
I hate it when a woman asks me, have I done that to somebody else before? None of your damn business. Yeah, you just enjoy me doing it to you. Take this and bounce.
All right, I got a text from a viewer.
Uh-oh.
And they said, I lost it. Sorry. They said not showing everything, just enough. So that would be, is that a scrimmage or the championship?
I think that deals more from a woman on that a woman is text that.
No, it's a man.
Hmm. Hey, everybody got their game plan. Everybody can't be silky smooth like myself. Like all of this, all of this.
Because we want to know. So if a chick pulled out all the tricks, okay, first time, she a throat goat. Your terms, the book of Nate. First day. In your mind, are you, I mean the truth. In your mind, are you thinking like, she did this before? Or do she do this on everybody?
Yes.
On the first time. Are you thinking that?
Yes. But I'm enjoying it, and I'll be back. But guess what? It'll never go past. It's very seldom that it would go past.
Wifey?
Right? No.
She can't be a wife, but it's not what you want. You want yourself empty.
It's that whole. It goes back to that thing about being a freak or being willing. You want somebody who's willing to learn it from me. It's my throat goat.
And then when the relationship don't work out, you walk past and be like, yeah, I made her a throat goat.
Hey, the next guy should call me and say, hey man, I appreciate you.
See, that's whack. That's whack.
Why?
Because you're just saying that you want, that's the 12, you know that, look, that's the time. That's whack, because if you're saying like, nah, she ain't wifey material, how come you ain't calling the last dude saying thanks?
Who said ain't? Maybe I come with a different set of skills and requirements than most.
Okay. So it's all about willing. So ladies out there, don't pull all the tricks out the first time. Fellas, if they pull it out, see, there's levels to that.
It is.
If you're doing all the extra on the first go round.
Here's the thing.
Like,
here's the thing. In the whole thing of value, a man has to build his value. A woman is born with a value. I have to buy a boat to get on a boat. You can just look good. So I have to build, and I have to earn, and I have to think. You have to not do this, not be out on the street, not being here. Because guess what? This holds your virginity or purity, holds your value at its greatest point. Men ascend to value. Women try to keep it because she can lose it.
Okay, so our value is at the top.
Is she a virgin? What? Oh,
okay.
Let me pull out my A game. Just that another. That's our value to a man.
Okay.
Your value is what can he do? What can he provide? So guess what? I can't be. You get into VIP without nothing. You don't need nothing but the right dress on to get into VIP.
A hoodie that say shop talk.
I wouldn't put money on that. I would like to think.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
Shop talk, it's okay to be you. I should be able to get in.
Hey, for the people, show the people that again, Mel. Fellas, thank me later.
You stupid.
But you can get into VIP with that shop talk with Mel on. I can't. I got to have on a $6,000 belt. My jeans got to be such and such. A man has to build up to that.
Okay.
We have to build our value. Women just have to keep theirs. And being all these other things devalues them. And you want to be like us, but you can't. Guess what? You were born. That 2x2 slit runs the world. That's instant value.
And they don't know it.
You throw it around, you want to be strong. Just be powerful.
That's the longest siren ever today. Do you hear that? I'm like, dude, it's past 12. Like, what we gonna do? I hear you. I gotta ask this question to my dang. I gotta ask this question. I gotta ask this question. Yeah, thank you. Karen Osborne said, know your worth. Yes. You hear it going too? Why is it that when you said with the men and the women who like women in the LGBTQ community, please comment. And if you're watching it later, comment because I'm going to read it. Why is it that you date studs that's hood or out of shape? Like, Help
Here-
me understand that.
Here's
Like,
something.
don't nobody want no dude that's out of shape and sloppy. How you want me a stud out of shape and sloppy? Like, what's happening? Go
Here's
ahead.
a fun and interesting fact about the gay and lesbian community.
Go ahead.
Lesbians are divorcing each other at a 75% rate,
Yes.
where gay guys are 25%. So women can't even live with women, but you get mad at us when you can't. It's you. The stats prove it.
A good one. Good one. Good one. Good one. Now there you go.
Too hard to make you happy.
75%. You are right.
75%. Women can't even stand women in marriages. Oh, I need a woman, and she
Unfortunately,
understands
you
me.
go there because that person understands you, because that was the thing back in the day. I'm
Exactly.
listening because a woman understands a woman.
Exactly. But guess what? You can't even stay there and find happiness there. So how am I supposed to make you happy when you guys can't even make yourself happy?
We change our mind.
Exactly. Every time the wind blows.
Well, somebody said up in the comments talking about the seasons change, and so do y'all.
Okay, cool.
But y'all change too.
Yeah, eventually. But guess what? We're logically built. Logically. We don't care about. I feel this way, but shoot, I still got to get up and go to work.
Okay, I got to read this comment, and then we about to get off for real. We change because y'all change. Is that true?
Tell her
easier.
Tell her I said that's so sad.
No, that was from a guy. He said that the guy said we change because you women change.
DC. I mean, that wasn't him that said it, but
no, that wasn't him.
That's sad because a man has to be the leader, and if he's gonna change because she changed, he was never leading. He's following that girl, and I'm worried about her feelings, so I have to change the whole course of everything. Now, I'm not saying that your course as a man is the best course and the only course. Yeah, she can show you something, this, that, and other. But if you're following her and changing because of her, it's not gonna last. She's gonna get bored with you, bruh. She's gonna get bored with you.
So don't follow her.
In his context, no, don't.
Okay, so intimately, don't follow her.
Intimately? What do you mean by intimately?
Just what I said. Close the door. Turn off the lights.
Oh yeah. You can follow her.
Don't
You
follow
just happy.
her.
And hey, follow, because he just happy
follow
to be
in
here.
that case.
Oh, yeah, I'm happy to be here. And guess what? Like me, I kicked the field goal. Here's the rolls. Here's this. Here's that. Okay, we close. Let me come in and kick the field goal, and we win. So good. Yeah, following that. I'm not talking about that.
Okay, let's see what he said. A man shouldn't change for a woman, but they both should learn from each other. And
Facts.
see, you know what? I just have to say this.
Facts.
I think like the first year, and we're about to end it. At the first year, everything should be copacetic. If you got problems at the beginning of the relationship, it's only gonna get worse. You see one red flag is usually a parade to follow. And when I say problems, I mean problems, not disagreements, because you're learning each other if you're willing to learn each other, especially at this stage of the game. Do you really want to learn each other? People ought to be who they are and should have to come in and not have to pretend for somebody.
But here's the thing.
Go ahead.
If you're going to come into a relationship, hopefully it's with a dude that you believe in. And
Okay.
trust that has his vision, has the best interest for you in whatever you bring to the table in mind. So just because you don't like the way he does it, but it works, you have to be willing to see that. Because a lot of women will go off listen, male, play 17, 36, 42, 11, and 60. Play them now. And
Listen here, I hope you can remember those, because I'm going to rewind it and I'm playing it. And if I hit, I ain't sharing.
Most women will be like, well, you should have said it that way. But it's the winning lotto ticket. It's the winning lotto numbers.
I don't care how you say it. You see me, I'm like, I'm about to write it down.
Most women want you to say it. Hey, you know what a good idea would be? If you would.
No, they don't. No, we don't.
But guess what? It maybe not in that term, but it matters how I say it. When a man would be like, yo, dog, the winning lotto tickets is this. Take your blib. He be like, yeah, all right, then, dog. Okay, cool. It ain't how he said it. It ain't his temper, this, that, and other. There's that penny again. this matters. I care about this. I care about this. I care about this. I care about this.
Let me tell you, if somebody says something like that to me disrespectfully, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm still gonna play it. I'm still gonna play the number. I'm like, I don't know who he think he talking to. What he say? Going right up there. Now he said, boo, boo, boo. Especially somebody drunk, say something. What? You be like, not paying. I'm paying you some attention. I heard you. I might not fool with you, but I'm gonna play this right here, and I'm gonna will it. I just learned about the willing thing. All right, lovely people. Let's go with today's footnote. It is better to have nobody than to have someone who is half there. I thank you guys for joining into the show. Like, share, comment, all that lovely stuff. Check us out on YouTube. I truly appreciate it. If you would like to donate to the show, that information is at the bottom. Cash App at Shop Talk with Mel, PayPal me at Shop Talk with Mel. So easy to do. And also there's the YouTube channel at Shop Talk with Mel. Check your girl out. View it, play it, lovely people. So again, that is my time. I thoroughly enjoyed you as I do each and every single Saturday. You know what it is. Find you, embrace you. Most importantly, always love you. You see my slogan. It's okay to be you. We may agree to disagree. I'm so mad at you with that. We can agree to disagree and it's all good because everybody's voice matter and your vote counts. And I appreciate you. So until next week, people, you know what it is. 1, 2, 3.
Shop Talk.
This guy.
Man,